unconventionally, but yet it's. I'm very, very happy to be here, to be spending this afternoon um, at the hospital, at Cooper Hospital. I've had the privilege of spending time with all the dignitaries here who have given me a real insight into the goings on and how the real work gets done on the ground, and that's always what it's all about. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to. Frankly, for me, I come away appreciating the work of, as I call them, the soldiers of the good work. I get the opportunity to sit here on a podium, have the mic in my face, and hopefully be the megaphone to their good work to a wider audience out there through you. So it's actually all extremely collaborative, but it's their good work, and I felt it was very, very important to laud uh, the courage of all the women out there, and I'd equally give kudos to their family members, their husbands, who together with them take the brave step of coming forth and opening themselves up to the medical care that is accessible. And the key word here is the medical care is accessible. So come out and accept it, because there are tests there to help decrease the chances, if not completely stop the remote possibility of the transmission of HIV from mother to child, because the mother is actually carrying the fetus. But as I was given to recognize that now the term is parent to child transference, because obviously a child is conceived thanks to both members, the father and the mother, and hence it becomes the equal responsibility of both the parents, and hence we today recognize the term as parent to child transfer of HIV, and that is some thing that will constantly remain a cause for a constant need of attention. It's very gratifying to learn that there has been a huge percentage, because in this kind of work, when you hear of even a 45% decrease of cases, it's tremendous, and that takes a lot of constant work by all the people on the ground on a regular basis. Because while it is extremely imperative for the pregnant lady to come and access the test within the first 12 weeks, preferably as per the requirement, the medical requirement, nevertheless any time is a good time. You have to come in and get the test done, because then like I said, there is medical help accessible, and the doctors can work with you to provide the adequate care to the fetus before the baby is born into this world. And the responsibility of the parents towards the child begins from conception, and that sense of responsibility, you know it when you conceive, and you have to exercise that responsibility from the onset. So the medical care is there, people can access the help, so please come forth, take the tests and accept the medical aid that exists. It's a way of life. I mean, after so many years, I can't even be getting into that question and wondering whether, because this is my reality. So that's fine. But as long as you know, you have a bit of this, you have a bit of that. You have, sometimes it's a celebration. Sometimes it's an actual, you know, whatever be a milestone that is spoken about. Sometimes it's frivolity, and sometimes it's very, very effective and responsible. So it's all a part of our life, but I'm glad that, you know, you all show equal interest, and I'm constantly thanking the media, because without you, I cannot reach. I'm not on social media, so it's up to you guys to reach the millions of people out there through all your handles, to be able to bring the attention and help spread the word. Now, if you speak to even one more individual on all your handles, and everybody that's watching or listening, believe you me, it's effective work done. And days such as this, amongst the many days, whether they be festivals, whether as human beings to celebrate or to remember or to commemorate a World AIDS Day is equally important because you're drawing attention to something that is a part of humanity. It's part of our reality. This exists in the world and it does affect a lot of people, even if it's not necessarily directly touching your life. So just to talk about such an important going on in our world, it is a current affair. And once it has struck mankind, it will forever remain a current affair. Like I said, even upon reaching the zero, the aspiration of all our work here, once you hit ground zero in the work, and that will be a day to celebrate, but that is not having reached a destination alone, because of
a lot needs to be done.
It's humanity. People are constantly born into this world, and once this virus exists, it's going to require our cumulative effort for generations to come. So we all really need to keep up the work, spread the word, keep the attention and the communication relevant, and keep people informed. And that's where it's the joint effort and responsibility of you and us. You're speaking to people who belong to a very, very urban social culture. So from our perception, we believe that yes, there has been a huge change, but we do at the same time know it's never enough. That's not enough. There's never enough change because like I said, while the statistics do seem large, I always look at statistics a bit skeptically, because that never is actually inclusive of genuinely every individual who exists out there on the turf. So it's a broad perspective, and statistics are good to encourage the work on the ground. It's good to keep the momentum going, but it's not necessarily reflective of the actuals. And I think once you recognize that reality, I would believe that knowledge also should be enough to further accelerate or propel the effort to aspire people to get people to aspire to be a lot more out there and working even harder to try and reach niches that could not be reached before socially.